Okay. Good morning. Oh, that was dark for a minute. Okay. You guys aren't here yet. I'm having a sip of my orange juice. Let's see who's coming in first. And I need to come up here. Somebody's here. Hello, somebody. I'm going to go over here too. Give it a few minutes. I was going, where I go to find that. Okay, there's a couple of you. If you can hear me okay, there's no problems. Give me a thumbs up. Oh, here we go. No thumbs up yet. Uh-oh. Oh, good. There's one. There's one. So somebody can hear me. And I'm giving it a minute before I do it over here. Oh. Hi, everybody. Good morning. I'm going to do this. Good morning. Good morning. Thumbs up if you can hear me. I got one. So I'm thinking it's okay. And I should move y'all down, right? Okay. Oh, there's another one. Good, good, good. It always feels so good to get a response of any kind. I know I can't look at you in your eyes, but it feels really nice to get a response. I'm just getting Facebook ready. Yay, there's another one. Thumbs up to you too, everybody. I love it. Over here. Good morning. Good morning. Putting this up. Still got a couple minutes. Wish this didn't have to. Oh, I should find a way to make this lower. Okay, for now it is what it is. All right, let's do this. Start live video. Most of our YouTube people are here in Wisconsin, so you know that the wind chills are very low. But Wednesday is around the corner. I'm very excited for Wednesday. Very excited. Got blurry eyes today. So I didn't go to the building because y'all aren't there and there's negative wind chills. And so I practiced kindfulness again this morning, but I will be back there next week because we're going to finally get to double digits. Won't that be exciting? Double digit temperatures. What will we do with ourselves? I don't know if Miss Brenda is here, but I know Brenda is in Florida. And we got together, the board got together. I don't know what night it was, Tuesday night. So you guys know how cold it's been here if you're here in our area in Wisconsin. And Brenda, was sweating because her air conditioning broke. And she said, the air conditioning's broke. And we said, here's us not feeling sorry for you. So good morning. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Just giving it a minute. And as we're waiting, we can take breaths together. Let's do that. Let's do some breaths together. And you can close your eyes or just relax your gaze. And let's just settle into this moment. So we breathe in through our nose and out. Another breath in and out. And perhaps just notice any part of your body. Can you notice the floor supporting your feet, or a chair supporting your body? Maybe your hands are resting on something. Just notice the touch point. Just using the body to bring us into this perfect moment. Settling in. And I invite you to allow my words to be the words of your heart. I know that I am here on purpose. I give myself this moment of quiet, of contemplation. I give myself the gift of love, of opening my heart and mind to my own wisdom and knowing, recognizing what a beautiful thing it is that I brought myself here, that I might get in touch with the perfection of this moment and the perfection of my oneness with love with a capital L. Maybe take another breath. Take another breath and just gently come back into this moment in time and space. Good morning, Nicole. Good morning, Carol. I got to talk to Carol last night. It was lovely. So, hi, everybody. Welcome, welcome. So, I'm going to take a sip of my coffee. And there was a theme this week, a theme with people that reached out to me that wanted to talk and process things, and also a theme for me and for my husband. And that theme was around decisions and around taking action. And I am inspired to share with you what I know to be true. And that is that in times where we feel like we need to take action, where we need to make a decision, and often often decisions just feel big, whatever they are, right? It just feels big. And some of them really are rather large decisions. And when that happens, what also can happen within us is our fear, our self-doubt comes to the surface. And we start to hear from our fear and our anxiety and our self-doubt. And so I'm going to read to you a few things. And ultimately, what we want to get to today is this knowing of where the space where good decisions come to us, where right action just arises by itself. So one of my friends, I'm going to just say your first name, Dan, was reading this to me, and it is, and y'all forgive me, I'm having to use another piece of technology. I'm reading this from another device because I don't have the book yet. But this is Thich Nhat Hanh in his book Fear, and my friend Dan was reading this part to me. And I touched on it, actually mentioned it a little bit last week, but I want to read his words. And this chapter is called A Time Before, and it's just a couple pages long. Many of us don't remember this, but a long time ago, we lived inside our mother's wombs. We were tiny, living human beings. There were two hearts inside your mother's body, her own heart and your heart. During this time, your mother did everything for you. She breathed for you, ate for you, drank for you. You were linked to her through your umbilical cord. Oxygen and food came to you through the umbilical cord, and you were safe and content inside of your mother. You were never too hot or too cold. You were very comfortable. You rested on a soft cushion made of water. In China and Vietnam, we call the womb the palace of the child. You spent about 9 months in this palace. The 9 months you spent in the womb were some of the most pleasant times of your life. Then the day of your birth arrived. Everything felt different around you, and you were thrust into a new environment. You felt cold and hunger for the first time. Sounds were too loud, lights were too bright. For the first time, you felt afraid. This is original fear. Inside the palace of the child, you didn't need to use your own lungs. But at that moment of your birth, someone cut the umbilical cord and you were no longer physically joined with your mother. Your mother could no longer breathe for you. You had to learn how to breathe on your own for the first time. If you couldn't breathe on your own, you would die. Birth was an extremely precarious time. You were pushed out of the palace and you encountered suffering. You tried to inhale, but it was difficult. There was some liquid in your lungs, and to breathe in, you had to first push out that liquid. We were born, and with that birth, our fear was born along with the desire to survive. This is original desire. So the desire to survive is the original desire. And as infants, each one of us knew that to survive, we had to get someone to take care of us. Even after our umbilical cord was cut, we still had to rely entirely on adults to survive. When you depend on someone or something else to survive, it means that a link, a kind of invisible umbilical cord, is still there between you. When we grow up, our original fear and our original desire are still there. Although we are no longer babies, we still fear that we cannot survive, that no one will take care of us. Every desire we will have in our lives has its root in this original fundamental desire to survive. As babies, we all find ways to ensure our survival. We may have felt very powerless. We had legs but couldn't walk. We had hands but couldn't grasp anything. We had to figure out how to get someone else to protect us, to take care of us, to ensure our survival. Everyone is afraid sometimes. We fear loneliness, being abandoned, growing old, dying, being sick, among many other things. Sometimes we may feel fear without knowing exactly why. If we practice looking deeply, we see that this fear is the result of that original fear from the time we were newborns, helpless and unable to do anything for ourselves. Even though we have grown into adults, that original fear and original desire are both still alive. Our desire to have our partner is, in part, a continuation of our desire for someone to take care of us. As adults, we're often afraid to remember or be in touch with that original fear and desire because the helpless child in us is still alive. We haven't had a chance to talk to him or her. We haven't taken the time to care for the wounded child, the helpless child within. For most of us, our original fear continues in some form. Sometimes we might feel scared of being alone. We may feel that alone, I can't make it. I have to have somebody. This is a continuation of our original fear. If we look deeply, however, we will find that we have the capacity to calm our fear and find our happiness. So I mention that because that, when it's time to make a decision, when something happens and we feel like there is an action to take, often that original fear, that child within us comes to the surface and starts to talk. And sometimes we listen to it so completely that we forget that it's just a child. And it's not the truth. It is our insecurity, and it is actually there for us to come. Thich Nhat Hanh late in a later chapter describes these fears. When these fears come up, that we are to, just like a mother calms a baby, right? Those fears are the newborn cry, the baby cry. And a mother takes the newborn and says, it's okay, looks at it. Um, doesn't take it so seriously, right? A newborn's cry can sound very, very insistent, uh, and yet the mother knows that the baby is okay, and so we don't take it so seriously, but we do tend to it, right? And so when it's time for us to make a decision, right? There is something that is really helpful to remember. That voice, that anxious voice, that self doubt voice that says, I got to do something, I got to decide, I got to take action. This is the thing to remember. And this one is coming from A Course in Miracles. And it's just 4 sentences, actually 8 sentences. And this is the space. So the recognition is when it's time to make a decision, when it's time to make a choice, right? And these anxieties come up, no matter how loud or softly they're speaking, the recognition is the place we're looking for is right here. And the Course says this: the memory of God comes to the quiet mind. It cannot come where there is conflict, for a mind at war against itself remembers not eternal greatness. When the light comes at last into the mind given to contemplation, or when the goal is finally achieved by anyone, it always comes with just one happy realization: I need do nothing. Can you feel that? The space that you're looking for, the space where decision arises from, right action arises from, is the space that feels like this: I need do nothing, right? And so, and it says the memory of God. So, what is the memory of God? The memory of God is the memory of love, wisdom, truth, oneness. That is the memory of God, and it can only come to a quiet mind. So when these insecurities, this original fear is ignited, right, and those voices are there, if we go to war with them, right? If we try to logic them away, or if we try to push them away, if we try to bully them out, if that's a mind at war with itself, right? If we do anything other than fully accept that fear, right? That insecurity, if we do anything other than fully accept it, then our mind is at war with itself. And the memory of God, which is wisdom, which is truth, cannot dawn on that crowded mind. That reminded me, I got a lot. I got papers, everybody. Papers, papers, papers. So that reminded me of the guest house, right? Which is Rumi, right? It's Rumi, right? Not Khalil Gibran. It's Rumi. Yes, the guest house. Okay, so I'm going to read this. This being human is a guest house. So being human is a guest house. This human experience, a guest house. Every morning, a new arrival, a joy, a depression, a meanness, some momentary awareness comes as an unexpected visitor, right? So this original fear, can you picture it at the door that is the guest house of you, right? It's an unexpected visitor. Here it is. Welcome and entertain them all these unexpected visitors, right? So we welcome them and entertain them all. Even if they're a crowd of sorrows who violently sweep your house empty of its furniture, still treat each guest honorably. He may be clearing you out for some new delight. The dark thought, here we go, the dark thought, the shame, the malice, meet them at the door laughing and invite them in. Be grateful for whoever comes, because each has been sent as a guide from beyond. Each has been sent by God. Each has been sent by your soul. But this is what I love. This is the part I want to highlight. The dark thought, the shame, the malice, meet them at the door laughing and invite them in. When this original fear comes up, right? It feels very serious. It takes itself very seriously. And just like it was Esther Hicks that said this, just like when a toddler is trying to walk, right? And the toddler begins to walk and it falls down and it cries. We don't look at that toddler and weep and go, oh no, this toddler will never learn to walk. We don't take it seriously the way this toddler does, because we know that they will walk, they will learn. And that is the laughter part. That is the don't take it so seriously. This is a child's voice. This original fear, this is your newborn self. Come to the world for the first time, cut off from its security. It's an infant. It's a child. It's a child's fear. And we are the wise adult. We are the watcher. We are not the fear, the anxiety, the self-doubt during the time of decision. That isn't us. That's not our voice. We are the one who is aware of that voice. And so this week, when Keith and I had to make a decision, it felt very serious. And I have to say, he was doing much better at being chill about it. But I was feeling very overwhelmed. It felt very big to me, and my child fears, felt very serious. They were taking themselves very serious. Thankfully, what I have practiced long enough, and what I knew to do, was get to this space, the space of I need do nothing, right? And so, how do we get to that space? There are tools to get to that space. And what Keith and I did is, we sat down and we took a breath together, and we said and stated that our intention was to be truly helpful to ourselves and to whomever this decision would affect and touch. And then we set it down. We were in that space of I need do nothing, right? There's nothing to do right now. And then I got curious and I thought, I wonder what they're going to do about that. I wonder what she's going to do. Sat in the seat of that watcher kind of awareness. And what came to us the next day, part of what came to us, is that, we were going to need help. And that was part of it. And I am asking for help challenged, everybody. I ask for, so here's the thing. I ask for love's help and open up to love's help all the time. I know that that's the thing to do. When I need help, I go, oh, help. Hello, eternal loving presence. And I open up to it. And I'm vastly open. Whatever the answer is, here I am, I'm open. And then the second that the awareness comes to me that part of the answer is that I accept help from a human being, I close right down, because I am willing to get help from anything other than another person. And so I'm working on that. I stepped through that this week. And so that's kind of a separate talk. But what I'll say is, if when it's time for you to take action, when it's time for you to make a decision and you've surrendered it and you get to that space of I need do nothing, and then what occurs to you is that you might need to communicate to someone that you need help. Recognize that some of the most beautiful, joyful experiences of being human come from extending help to someone. right? And so I can remember times where I have been a help and I have been of service. And I can remember how purposeful it felt and how good it felt and how right it felt. And I can then say, perhaps it feels like that to this other human whom I'm asking for help from, whom I'm accepting help from. So, decisions, choices, action. Do nothing until you're in that space. I'm suggesting to me and to you that we do nothing until we recognize I need do nothing. So happy February 14th, everybody. In honor of February 14th, I have a heart mug here. So love in all of its forms, celebrating that today. I'm going to read the Daily Word. And the Daily Word is a Unity Worldwide publication. It's a daily devotional. You can find it at dailyword.com. You can get it in print form, and you can also get it just online each day. And it's just a short meditation, a short devotional that comes with an affirmation that you can use throughout the day. So here's the affirmation that the Daily Word is suggesting we use today. It says, the word is heart expression. And the affirmation, you are dear to me. I hold you in my heart. Sharing love is a wonderful way of discovering and responding to the divinity alive in every heart, binding us as a human family. My loving nature helps me see the best in every person whose life touches mine. Today, I remember one of the legends of St. Valentine, in which he fashioned pieces of parchment into hearts, which he gave to others as tokens of his compassion and God's love. Today, the tradition continues when I say, you are dear to me. I hold you in my heart. With a card, gift, call, or a simple act of kindness, I share love with no expectation of reciprocation. I'm going to read that again. I share love with no expectation of reciprocation, and my heart welcomes every expression of love from others. And my heart welcomes every expression of love from others. Love's energy grows through both giving and receiving. I love that. Love's energy grows through both giving and receiving. And the verse is John 13:34. I give you a new commandment, that you love one another. Just as I have loved you, you also should love one another. And what is that love? Unconditional, accepting of all of us, of our fears, of our anxieties, of all of the visitors to our guest house. Heart back, Nicole, heart back. So next week, I'll be back in the building, and I will be doing the traditional slides where we do our vision, mission, and values together. And today, I just wanted, before we go, I want to remind everybody of some things. Number one, there's the tapping workshop. It's coming this Saturday. The deadline is this Wednesday. Right now, I think we've got 4 people. We need 2 more to continue on. And I know many of you have said that you want to come. So I think that this is just a function of, oh, you are waiting until the week of. Well, the time is now, everybody. The tapping workshops are on the 20th, this Saturday, and the 27th, which is the following Saturday. So 2 Saturdays. There is a link on our Facebook page. There's a link on our members only page. If you need it, you can reach out to Unity at unityofappleton.org, and we will get you the Eventbrite link where you can sign up. It is $40, and that includes both workshops. And all of the money, Bedford is giving all of that money to Unity of Appleton, so he is not taking any for himself. It will come directly to us. And if you want to attend, good morning, Sean. If you want to attend and you are not, and there might be some financial challenges for you at this time, please do reach out to us, Unity at unityofappleton.org. I don't want anyone to not come because of the cost. So good morning, Kim. Good morning, everybody. So tapping workshops coming up, deadline this Wednesday. What else? The annual meeting is coming up on the 28th. We will do that Zoom in place of our community Zoom. And we need you to renew your membership. So please check your emails. We send out an email renewal. And for those that aren't as savvy with email, we'll be reaching out to you in another way. So, but we need you to renew your membership so that you can vote at the annual meeting. Tapping workshop. Oh, and our painting workshop is March 6th. I'm so excited. Keith and I have already signed up. We are very excited to do some painting together with an amazing local artist. So that link is also on our sites, or you can ask for it at unityofappleton.org. Thank you all for continuing to give financially during this time. This is the beginning of the year. This is when we begin to look at, our budget. And right now, the board and I are working at a proposed budget to share with all of you at the annual meeting. And what we need in order to budget is an idea of what we will be getting in. So please continue to give. We thank you so much for your continued financial support. And I believe that we're going to be reaching out about some pledges so that we can do some planning. All right, so it's 10:30. We're going to have our community Zoom next. Oh, prayer minister, guys, prayer ministers available today. So Bedford is available beginning in 2 minutes. There is a prayer minister Zoom link on our members only Facebook page. And as soon as I hang up, I'm going to post it on our public Facebook page too. And just know that Bedford will let you in one at a time. He has an amazing consciousness. For those of you who don't know him, for those of you who do, I know you're probably already lined up virtually outside of the Zoom room to pray with Bedford. And so again, I will post that link on the public site, but it's already there on the members only site. And then you can, after you pray, you can hop on over to our community Zoom, which we will be doing, and I'll see you guys there. If you're not a member and you would like to join the Zoom discussion that we have after the live each week, please do reach out to us. Remember what I said? Unity at unityofappleton.org, and we will be sure to share the Zoom link with you so that you can join us. Okay, love you guys. Happy Valentine's Day. And I'll see you guys in a minute in the Zoom room. Good morning. Have a great day. See you soon, guys. Yes.